Hi everybody. Today's video is not going to be focused on the day-to-day thing, my series that I have. It's just going to be focused on wargaming. We're going to have a little talk here. And today, I think, is a good time to talk about this. Because if wargaming and other people don't hear what I have to say, and they won't because I'm a small creator, very small, then it's not going to matter. So today I want to talk about one of the many problems this game has, and that being this game's reliance on stealing money from people, forcing them to gamble for things that they want, and implementing vehicles in a game that there shouldn't be a monetary gain for one company when its player population suffers. And that really just makes me upset because I grew up on this game. And to see it go out in not in a blaze of glory, but just more of a something you'd make fun of. This isn't what I want to see. This is the game that, I get home from school and play. Well, now it's just kind of it's dying. Let's face it. This game is dying. Some could say it's dead. You look up at the top here, we got 11,000 people playing a game. This game in our server. The European server, you got about 100,000 people. On a good day. But this game is dying. And there's many reasons why. Our first reason is going to be their reliance on pumping out vehicles that are better than the last, making other tanks obsolete, and balancing issues. The World of Tanks has a long history of implementing vehicles into the game that are not good. Well, actually, it's quite the opposite. I don't know why I said that. World of Tanks has a history of implementing tanks into the game that are incredibly overpowered and disrupt the balance of the game. What we have here, basically, is just a bunch of tier 8s that are locked behind a paywall. Let's go to a real fun one here. I'll have to find one. Oh yeah, let's look at this tank. The Chrysler K. Its armor, its hull armor, is alright. But it is an absolute beast when it side scrapes. Obviously, as you can tell, because it is the top-down shape is not very square-like. It's weird. It's just weird. Adding premium tanks into the game like that, where it's locked behind a paywall, hurts the game and everybody else. And they say, well, just get accrue some money and play the game. Buy some tanks. Get dirty in the game. Buy things that set you apart from other people. I am a free-to-play player. And for me to have to deal with somebody who is constantly better than you, it not only does it make you a better player, but it makes having fun just another challenge. Doesn't make things easier in any way. It makes things more difficult. And I play in the Motion, the UDES, the 283, which I have 7 battles left. Oh, we'll get into that next. And this tank I haven't played yet. But out of all these tanks, this tank is a very exceptional tank. It's good. The Maushin, I play like 10 battles, and I'm not good with giant heavy tanks, but that's more of my error. And then there's this vehicle. This little trinket here. It's a tier 5 vehicle, which means that most people at its tier that it's going to meet are inexperienced, or they're trying to just, you know, decompress and find some situation where they're able to play the game without having any restrictions or anything bad happen to them, where they're not going to get upset and everything will just be a-okay. Well, that's not the case at tier 5, because there's things like the Stuk 3 or Stuk 4, this vehicle, and other things that are going to ruin your day. The M10 is no exception. Here it has a 71% win ratio, and in this tank itself, I have 14 battles and 71% wins. That's pretty good. Let's go to the store. Let's see what tanks that they're offering at the store. Or, let's just say that you can buy with bonds. I have 1,232 bonds. A free-to-play player is not going to have bond vehicles. Vehicles, and I'm not sure if you can see these from the shop. Yeah, just go here. Alright, let's look here. Vehicles for bonds. I'm gonna find a good example here. Oh, that's actually surprising. They took out the Cobra and the AE Phase 1. Is there going to be a new season? No, I don't think there will be. Alright, let's get into our next topic. And that is, I would say, wargaming and gambling. In the last couple of months, wargaming has implemented two strategies that we've seen before that make things worse in the game. First off is gambling and misinformation. The entire community is just shocked that wargaming would do something like this. That would further damage their track record. We see wargaming lying to us, telling us that there's an 11% chance to get a tier 9 premium tank, and people have spent thousands of dollars trying to get it and can't reach that goal. We've seen people buy hundreds, thousands of boxes, these Christmas loot boxes, and they get all of these tanks, but they don't get the one that everybody can get. So the free-to-play players can't get these things, but the people that pay money can get these things. Yeah. Well, that's wargaming for you. They'll make you gamble and purchase, they'll make you spend your money that you earned on something that you're not even guaranteed to get. You want that nice shiny new tier 9 what was it? Or let's go. Tier 8 BZ176, the one that everybody's been talking about, that is too broken in the game for its own good. Yeah. Open 50 boxes and you might not even get that tank. And let's talk about that magical number 50. You might not get that tank, but you can get something else. You can get the AMBT. You didn't want that tank, but you got it. And you bought 50 boxes. And that guaranteed 50 box counter, that resets every time you get a tier 8 premium, or one of the more rare premium tanks. And it's just a flawed system. When you buy something and spend something in a video game that has no effect on your life, and you don't get what you deserve, it's just like money being wasted. That's how I view it. If you're able to achieve anything that somebody else that pays money can achieve, that's what a game should be able to do. Not this. That's our first example of why I hate this game. Secondly, I just think I'm not going to go into like any conspiracy theories or anything about rigged matchmaking or something like this. But this is our second and last reason. The introduction to premium vehicles into the game and how some of them are just way too entirely overpowered for their own good is not fair. If you want to introduce a vehicle to the game that can be purchased by anybody, good for you. You want to introduce a vehicle into the game that has a paywall behind it, i.e. the BZ176, or a bond vehicle that people have to grind hundreds of hours of their life for, then yeah, go and do that. But this is not the game for that. Everything is decided by RNG, the random number generator, and it's also decided by what happens in the game. If you're in your Tier 8 Tech Tree tank, and you get put up against 12 premiums, which is like the average, then, yeah, bad stuff is gonna happen. So, yeah, that's my second problem. I thank you all for listening about my rant. I'll be done here, and, you know, hope everybody has a good day, and I'll see you next time.